Welcome, dear viewers, to the Polity coming to you from KAFTAN TV's Abuja station. My name is Dayo Omogun. I'm very glad to be here, and I do hope that you are in high spirits also. And just in case you're not in high spirits, I can assure you that staying tuned to this program can change the narrative, can change everything around you. Because we're going to be talking with a passionate person, a passionate Nigerian, about Nigerian issues. And I know that you're one of those passionate Nigerians who also desires that Nigeria becomes greater than it is already. And so you can be sure that in the next 90 minutes, I'll take you through a cruise that will turn things around, make your life, light up your life, and grant you information and education and enlightenment, and if you like, some humor. And so you can be sure that you're in good hands. You're welcome once again, and I'd like you to invite your neighbors to be a part of this scintillating session that we're going to be having. We will be having a guest who is not Nigeria-based, but is a very passionate Nigerian who, despite being a diasporan, is very concerned about what happens back home. In actual fact, took part in some elective process some years back, and that's a way of also saying how very dedicated, committed to the Nigerian project he is. But then, just before we get there, what exactly is the trending matter right now that we will be talking about? It's the Constitution review. And a whole lot of matters are getting so much attention. Many people are raising so many issues. Why can't we have, can't we talk about state creation? Why can't we talk about local government creation? Why can't we talk about state police? Why can't we touch and do a few things around some of those state police, I mean, so that security can be a lot better, and so on and so forth. There are a whole lot of issues. Why must power, electricity, be a federal government and exclusive on the exclusive list? Okay, right now, I know that states have also been granted rights to generate power and all that. But then, why did we have to even leave it till this point? And then, what we approach right now, what exactly is it? Is this federalism? Is this quasi-federalism? Is this pseudo-federalism? Is this untrue? Because if you say something, if you qualify federalism as true federalism, you probably are suggesting that there can be untrue federalism or pseudo-federalism or whatever. So, what it means is that while one is true, and like you go to the market and they say, I get original, I get the other one. So what we're saying is that we have true federalism and we have that which is not true. And so where are we right now, which is our reality, and where should we be, which is the ideal? Those are some of the issues that we will be talking about in the course of this session of the program. And I welcome you very heartily once again. I do hope that my guest will be joining me any moment soon, and at that time I'll unveil him unto you. But before then, what are your own issues? What are those things that you think should be talked about, should be discussed, should be tweaked, if you like? I mean, so what are those things we need to talk about? Should we have? I mean, in some weeks past, some weeks ago, I remember bringing some guests here to talk about what are the things we need to, and that was even before this Constitution review thing going on around the nation. I did raise issues like, can't we have a situation where before an elected person, particularly the president, is sworn into office, all cases around his election are decided and sorted out? Because what we currently have is a situation where somebody is elected into office and still has cases to take care of. It's not very fair, because what it then means is that a sitting president has capacity to interfere with the case concerning his election. So that's something that should be worrisome to Nigerians. And so we were asking, can we do something about it? At this point, let me bring in my guest. I'll bring in my guest. My guest is Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze. And I do hope that he can join straight away. Yeah, so Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, so Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze is a former PDP presidential aspirant in the towards the 2023 elections, and he's US based, but in spite of that, he's very passionate about whatever concerns Nigeria. He's one very passionate Nigerian who's concerned that this country has too much potential to be where it currently is. And Doctor, I must say welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right. Doctor, just before we get into the discussions proper, I invite you to use the next 1 minute to talk about yourself. Let's meet Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze, because beyond being an ex-presidential aspirant, I know that you're a physician, you're a farmer, and all that and all that. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze, Ono Nabagana. I'm a medical doctor in America. I came here when I was 19 years old, and I was frustrated as a young person, but I came here with only $50 in my pocket, and I got into University of California, San Diego, where I was allowed to study medicine. I got 10 straight A's from Nigeria. As soon as I came, they gave me scholarship.
10 straight A's, did you say?
Yeah, 10 straight A's.
Wow.
And immediately they saw that, they gave me scholarship. My father is a retired school teacher. My mother sells food on the side of the road. They are not able to pay my school fees. So American people train me. I have Doctor of Medicine. I have Masters in Business Administration. I have Masters in Public Health. I'm trained to run any business. In America here, I have one of the largest medical organizations in America. I have 5,000 doctors that work for my company since 1993. So we have more than 500 primary care sites, and we have about 20 hospitals affiliated. We employ people from all nation groups, white people, Chinese, Indians, African Americans, Africans. We have everybody working in our organization. We can treat anything wrong with you. Your eyes, your ear, nose, your heart. We can give you a new heart. We can give you new knees. We can do anything. We can give you new eyesight, ear. There's nothing we can do.
Wow.
So that's the opportunity they gave me here, regardless of the fact that I'm a black African man. They saw that I got 10 A's, and I defeated all the Oyibo people and Chinese people in the same class, and then they noticed it and they took me out and gave me money. They paid my school fees, they gave me money to eat, they gave me money to buy books without bribe, unlike Nigeria.
But how come, Doctor, you're still so very devoted to Nigeria in spite of the fact that you've gotten so much help and so much push from the American system?
Yeah, because na TV. Why you hyper? Because somebody, and I don't have anything to do with them. I want to do the same thing for other people. Because I want to do something for other Nigerians, other Africans, other tribes. I'm not Oyibo man, but they help me. So I want to help other people. I want to reach out to help other Africans, not just my Igbo people. I want to help everybody. I came from the village and I succeeded here. That means most Nigerians are very intelligent and they can succeed anywhere in the world. Right. So that's what we're pushing. So we give out our foundation, we give out scholarship, like 300 scholarships, more than 400 people. I have big farms in Nigeria. I make rice. I make pig. I have 2,000 pigs. I have rice like 4 miles. My farm is big. 4 miles I use Caterpillar tractors, modern equipment. I'm doing it to help young people, the youth. My passion is helping the youth to pull them up, give them a chance to come up in life. So we make the best bottled water in Nigeria. We have fishery, we have piggery, and we have industries.
All right, Doctor. All right, Doctor. Dr. Anakwenze, you are definitely a man of several parts, and you're doing excellently well in almost all of them. Now, let's talk about the fact that you took part in the 2023 elections. You tried to become the flag bearer for the PDP, but that didn't materialize. Do you mind sharing some snippets of that experience with us?
Before I get to that, I just want to let you know generally what I dream for Nigeria is true democracy and freedom. We want a Nigeria where all the various ethnic groups can feel like they have a stake in the country. We want Nigeria where leadership is based on merit, hard work, fairness, and accountability. A Nigeria where diversity is felt as strength. All the different Nigerian tribes have different strengths. None of them are weak in my mind. So that's what I want to help harness. I came to Nigeria to help, to see if I can lift our people, because God gave us everything that He can give anybody. We have oil, gold, diamond, silver, tin. We have it more than every country in the world. We have food, rice, beans, millet. We have yam, cassava. Chinese come to Nigeria to farm. They need our cassava to make chemicals. We used to have cocoa in Nigeria when I was small in Yoruba land. I heard it's not there anymore. You used to have palm trees in the east. It's not there anymore. In the north, it used to be Grand Rock Pyramid. It's not there anymore. That's where we need to go back to. We need to go back to those things. They're eating chocolate all over America, but it's not coming from Nigeria. So that's what's driving me, and helping youth so that our youth can, if we train them and spend and give them education like they gave me, we can be the top people in the world. God wants us to be a world power. We're supposed to be one of the top 6 countries in the world. That's what I went there. But when you go to Nigeria, it's not based on merit. They're not looking for merit. They're not looking for your ideas. All they do is their election is sharing money. Who gives the biggest Ghana must go back with dollar. That's what they do. They share it. Somebody who gave $25,000 to every delegate. Somebody gave $20 to every delegate. Somebody gave $15,000 to every delegate. Somebody gave $10,000 to every delegate. That's what they do. People like me, I'm working as a doctor. I don't have that to share. So it was not based on ideas or what you can do. But all those people stole money. They work as governors and vice president. This is Nigerian money they stole. That's what they're using to run. So you cannot produce anything good in Nigeria with that. When they come there, they're just coming to rob you. You know, what God gave you, that's what they're destroying. They're destroying you and your children and your great-grandchildren. They're eating them now. What people who have not been born. All those people running, they are not qualified. They don't have any education. They don't have any serious education. They don't have any morality. A country like China in 1949 was nothing compared to Nigeria or India. We're better than them, but they have disciplined people, intelligent people, disciplined that want to push their country forward. That's the difference. We have the worst people, thief people, who are supposed to be in Kirikiri prison. Those are the ones running Nigeria till today.
All right, Doctor. It's good to know. I mean, it's clear your passion rings through in your words, and I really do hope that we can find a place for people like you to really express their dreams and their energies. But unfortunately, what we have currently doesn't quite support it, which is what you have talked about. But we remain hopeful that this will not always be our story, that things will get better, that the narratives will change. Now, so at this point, let us a little bit more into what happened in your 2023 odyssey, the election odyssey.
Yeah, you know, I came to run, like I said, I wanted to change Nigeria. I can make Nigeria a world power because we have everything. Nigerian people are very brilliant and intelligent, I'm telling you, because I'm one of them. If you take a Nigerian person to America, they come to the top 5–10%. So there's nothing wrong with you as a Nigerian person. It's people who are running it are not serious and disciplined. God gave us everything. You have oil, gold, silver, you have it. You have food, river, fish, we have it. We have land. We don't have any earthquake like you have in America. You don't have hurricane like you have in America. You don't have fire. A fire in America goes for 1,000 miles. You don't have it. If you have earthquake in Lagos, 2 million people will die. So we have everything. We just need to work with each other. You know, diversity is strength. Yoruba people have good strength. Igbo people have their strength. The Northerners have their strength. We need to bring it together like a World Cup team and have serious people that want to change things for the future. It's still doable. That's why I'm still trying to talk to you. We can still change it. We can turn it around. Spend money on training our children, give them scholarship, have skill acquisition center, train them. Not everybody have to have PhD. Most of them, 70% needs to learn how to do electric, plumbing, electrical, wiring, car. That's where most people work in America. We need to train them so that everybody will be self-sufficient. The government cannot give you jobs, everybody job. Everything that the government runs fails. There used to be Nigerian Airways, it failed. There used to be Nigerian Shipping, it failed. There used to be Nigerian Iron and Steel, it failed, if it's still there. There is Nigerian Refinery, it failed. There used to be Nigerian Oil and Gas Company, failed. Alumaco, failed. Everything they touch, failed. The problem is...
So, doctor, what do you think is the real problem with all that is generating all these failures?
Because when you have government things, you don't have serious people running it. They're there to employ their family and their children and their sister, their in-laws. That's what they're putting in there. You don't have serious, committed people based on merit of quality. And then typical Nigerian person that goes to government work, they go there by 10, they leave by 2. They say, oh, God, our guy is not in the seat. A real company, you have people working 15 hours a day, 12 hours a day, serious. They're there, early in the morning and they go late. And some of them work 7 days a week. Don't you see we have companies that work in Nigeria like Dangote? Don't you see Inosim Motors? Inosim Motors in Nnewi, they make all kinds of vehicles, truck, trailers, tipper, it's a SUV, it's a private company. They are making it. If the government owns them, they will fail. Don't you see Dangote? Don't you see Peace Airline is working? If Nigeria have an airline today, it will fail. Because everybody that was riding Nigerian Airways didn't pay ticket. It's government workers, government this, government that, minister's wife, this person. So the whole plane is full of people who did not pay for ticket. How would it succeed? So we have to move things to private sector. And the government should focus on making laws and collecting taxes.
Okay.
But when I was small, there was Nigerian textile in every place. Well, in the 60s. It don't exist anymore. Government run this, government run this. It's all putting people chop, 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 chop. It's not about producing nothing.
All right, doctor. All right, doctor. Now, I guess we should begin to get into the discussion proper. You are very much aware that there is this constitution review exercise going on. In actual fact, some few weeks back, I recall bringing some guests into this place to talk about some of the things, some of the reforms that I believe that we should be having. For example, there are many issues that could help us have better elections. For example, is it not possible for us to have a situation, to have the laws corrected in such a way that, first, that the INEC chairman doesn't need the approval of Mr. President, doesn't need to be appointed by Mr. President? Can't we get around that? Because how do you appoint, he who appoints the piper who employs the piper dictates the tune. We all know that. Now, that is one. Is it not possible, for example, for us to have a situation where before a president-elect is sworn into office, whatever case has to do with his election is first of all concluded so that he doesn't have any power or some excessive power to interfere with the case. A whole lot of such issues. Several other things. Is it possible for us to tinker with the electioneering process and ensure that vote buying is abolished, or at least brought down to a very low, insignificant level? A whole lot of issues, So these are some of the things that people are talking about. Do we really need state police? Don't we already have some form of state police in many states already? Are they functioning? Are they working? Is it possible that we can do something about it through this constitutional review? There are a whole lot of issues. I do not know how you feel about this, but of course we have brought we have narrowed the topic down to true federalism and restructuring of Nigeria. So if you talk about true federalism, Doctor, it then suggests that there can be an untrue federalism. It suggests that there can be some quasi-federalism or some pseudo-federalism or whatever you want to call it. Because true federalism qualifies, qualifies the term and makes it look like there's something else. So if you say that what we currently have is not true federalism, so what should be the ideal if what we currently have as a reality does not fit the bill?
You know, the current Nigerian constitution was forced onto us by the military 1999 constitution without consulting Nigerian people. Nobody voted for it. It's all forced on us, making a minority group seizing power over the majority of Nigerians.
Is it correct?
That's what happened.
Doctor, is it correct to say that it was foisted on us? Because I do know that a whole lot of Nigerians were brought on board with the military who sat down to cook this soup that we are supposed to eat, all of us together. So we had a whole lot of Nigerian lawyers, politicians, and all that and all that. So is it very correct to say that the military foisted it on us?
It is very correct, because you're supposed to have referendum. You're supposed to have a voting, not just bringing in people that you want. I can always come to you and pick my friends and say they are this and that. It's supposed to be voted upon in each region, each zone, and given majority approval in 2/3 of the state. It wasn't done. So it was just cooked up by a few people who favored their part of the country against the rest of the country. That's what happened. That's why we're having a problem today. We need to return to the constitution of like 1963, where it's based on regions. That was working. Then the East and the West were competing, and the North, we were all competing for who will do better. Each region have certain amount of power, except for the things that are on exclusive list of the government, like the military and foreign policy. Each region, I know there, Awolowo and Zik and Obarada, they were competing on who will have the best road, who will have the best education. Awolowo was focusing on education. That's why the Yoruba people move ahead in education. And the East were focusing on economy. And the East moved on in business and economy. So we need, in the North, they were focusing on agriculture, and they did well in agriculture. That's what we need to go back to. We need to stop depending on oil. We need, through federalism, where regions, rotating regions, have certain amount of autonomy. And then you work as hard you want to work. If you only want to be eating amala from morning to night, then you eat. If you want to get PhD, you go and get PhD. If you want to be making cars and motors, you make. We should not all be sitting around and having a unitary government. What you have, they fostered a unitary government, which is not going to work. We need to go back to have like 6 federating unit states, everybody depending on their own resources, what you have on your ground, what you're producing. People who are producing this should use that. Whatever you're producing, you should use. People who have agriculture, use it. People who have oil, use it. You know, a lot of people in the South are suffering. All their ground is messed up because of oil pollution. They can't farm. Their fish is dead. Why shouldn't you have a system that compensates them for that? They need to be collecting the oil money and paying tax to the federal government, royalty. Every part of the country should find out what they can do better. I'm happy to hear that in the North, in Maiduguri's Chad, they have oil, which is good. Everybody in Yoruba land, all the people have oil. So it shouldn't be based on oil. We should all have different states federating and competing in a positive way, not in a negative way. That's the only way we can grow. We used to Zik and Awolowo them in the East and the West, they were competing. Who will do better? Who will do better? I saw that and it was working. We need to go back to that. Not, you don't want a state where somebody's forcing Sharia on everybody. Everybody don't believe in Sharia. You know, the people who believe in Sharia should have their own Sharia state. People who don't believe it should have their own state that's not Sharia. That's what it needs to be. We need to bring all the forces together in Nigeria and put it together as a team, and we will win. It's not late. That's why I'm talking. Our children can do it. Our children are very good in technology. Our people like Nigerian movie, Nollywood. People like Nigerian music. I'm talking about worldwide. When I travel all over the world to Latin America and Caribbean, they bring me to break kola nut and do African prayer for them. They watch African movie. They watch African music. They dance Afrobeat, the flavor. That's what they play in the restaurant. That's it, all over there. That's what they play. We have things. The way we dress, like you dress, they like it. We can market those. We need to start making things and selling things. If we're not making things and selling, we're not going to be anywhere. The GDP is based on what you're producing. That's how they compare all the countries in the world. How much is America making and shipping out? How much is China making and shipping out? How much is Japan making and shipping out? Their currency is stronger because they're producing. If you're not producing anything, your currency is the lowest in the world. We are carrying last now. Nigeria can't import matches and import toothpick. Could you believe that? We can't even make toothpick and matches. Then why are you worried that Naira don't have any value? Because you are not producing. You should build railways connecting all the states of Nigeria, connecting them to the ocean, so that we make things, we ship it out. We are ready to make things where I come from. We're making cars, we can make fridge, TV, radio, computer. If you just encourage them, we can make things only by producing. Will Naira be strong? If it's not based on, you have government where it's based on chop. When they enter, they put people of their tribe in all the positions. If there's 10 positions, they put people of their tribe in 11 positions. Out of 10 positions, they will give 10 positions, 11 positions to the people of their tribe. That's what's happening today. That's what Buhari did. It's still happening now. That's not going to help us. Different tribes have different strengths. Ijaw people are good with water. You can't do it better than them. Yoruba people are good like media and law. You know, everybody, people are good with making things economic. All these strengths, everybody has something they're good in, you use all of them so we can win. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm still fighting.
All right, Doctor. I guess we will be going on break very shortly. And then after the break, okay, just before the break, let's see if we can quickly squeeze this in. Now, Doctor, don't you believe that our problem is not really the Constitution, but the workers, the people who operate the Constitution, Nigerians, aren't we the problems? Is it the problem of the law? Is it the problem of the ground norm of the law? Or is it the problem of Nigerians who are adept at circumventing whatever laws that you create?
It's both. It's both.
It's both.
The constitution needs to be good. Then Nigerians are led by people who are bad example. If you have people who are serious-minded, Nigerians will change. That's what I'm telling you. Nigerian people are not the real problem. Is the example they see. They go there, they put people of their tribe in all the positions. They put their sister, their mother, and this. That's what they do. They're doing it today. They are not focused on bringing in the best from all the different groups. There's certain things I want to read for you, if I have time. The problems for Nigerians. Is respect. We need people who respect the Constitution and law that's accepted. We need respect for human rights and civil rights, not people going and murdering other people and think that God gave them right to come and take other people's land and murder them. We need to implement restructuring and regionalization and devolution of power. We need merit-based appointment for positions, firm knowledge and competent management of Nigeria. You don't have that. But that's why I told you to move it into private sector. They're the one that can bring those proper management. No businessman will hire somebody to come to the office to peel in a goosey and be gossiping on the phone. No businessman will do that. Nobody will tolerate that. That's how, you need the tribalized appointment leadership in all sectors. Equal and equitable treatment of all Nigerians regardless of religion and origin. Elimination of ethnic cleansing. And that's security problem. I talk about a lot of that, about current security problem. You can't have any progress without security. Nobody have right to come from desert and come out and enter forest and say they can do whatever they want and kill people and get away with it. That cannot be tolerated. That must be stopped. We need free and fair election, not rigging of elections. That's what you have. It's based on money. What we're doing now is all based on money that was stolen. We believe in the government that unites all Nigerians, not that's divisive. Those are the core things that we need to work on. It's not too late. I've devoted my life to this. I have businesses in Nigeria. It's working. My business works. I'm not being cheated by anybody, unlike what you think, because I pay them as they work. You work, you chop. I pay them. The more you work, the more I pay you. I don't pay everybody one salary. So Nigerians, they're responding to it. Nobody's stealing from me.
All right, Doctor. We'll go on this break, and when we get back, we make progress. Yeah, so we'll take this break and get some air and sort out some things, and then when we get back, we hope that we will make progress, and you will be the judge as to whether this has been worth your while. Thank you. Stay tuned and get back after the break.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTAN TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at KAFTAN TV. Hello there, I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm Leokatin Baba today.
I am Kirian Umaya.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
To Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful materials.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best TV station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheila.
While wrapping up the day, unwind with the reminiscence of the day's news from home and abroad with KAFTAN TV 7 p.m. News.
Good to have you join us on KAFTAN News at 7.
Nigerians are living in up to 5%. Our young people, we propose the Harmony Symphony.
It's good to have you join us on KAFTAN TV News at 7.
We found that this 10 naira is actually sufficient.
National, foreign news headlines, Get balanced, accurate facts on the latest news in business, politics, entertainment, sports, and more. Live from our studios.
Many thanks for watching. You join us again at 9
KAFTAN TV News.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTAN TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
And around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple.
You're welcome back to The Polity, and it's coming to you from the Abuja station of KAFTAN Television. And we've been talking about the current constitution review and how, I mean, they talk, all the talk about true federalism and restructuring the country. And I've been talking with my guests, a US-based physician, medical doctor, a businessman, and someone who is so passionate about Nigeria in spite of not being here, in spite of all the help that's received from the outside world, and whose name is Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze. And he's been with me all the while, and I do hope that he'll be joining back very shortly. All right, so he's here. Dr. Anakwenze, you're welcome back.
Thank you very much.
So good to have you. Now, let's, you identified that it's the environment that is choking the excellence, the productive energies of Nigerians. You did say, for example, that when Nigerians go abroad, they come top of the class, whether in school or in their careers, in their professions and all that. And we have seen clearly that because of this, because of the challenges of a bad environment, we see that there's a Japa syndrome that has led to a drain of our human resources, even in the most important sectors, for example, the medical sector. We find out, for example, that we have, from records, we have over 12,000 Nigerian medical personnel abroad. And these are people we need back home. Now, within the same context that we've been talking, what do you think can be done to arrest this brain drain, this JAPA syndrome, to keep very much needed personnel, very much needed professionals back home in Nigeria?
The problem is of the bad economy is due to the bad leadership. You don't have people that are serious, are focused, are well educated, that want to drive Nigeria forward. So because of that, the doctors and the nurses are not paid well. They are not, sometimes they're not paid for 6 months or 7 months. Why should they tolerate that? They should be allowed to go where they can find the best. You are competing with the world. You have to wake up and know you are in competition with the world. You have to get things moving. You have to get economy rolling so that people will stay. Nobody, they're going out overseas, but they're sending money to Nigeria. Look, if Nigeria earns $25 billion a year, 60 billion comes from overseas. Those people that are living are sending plenty of money. A lot of the people building industries and beautiful houses, they are from America and overseas. There's nothing wrong with that. When they go overseas, they learn higher technology. They have better schools. They learn how to do it at a higher level. But they will eventually come back. People like me, I'm there more than you. I used to come 3 times a year. Now I'm required to come 6 times a year. I'm there. I come and spend 1 month in Nigeria. I spend 1 month in America. 1 month in Nigeria, 1 month in America. I do that. You don't go to your village like me. I come and I go to my village. You stay in Abuja and Lagos.
Doctor, you can't be too sure about that.
You don't go to your village. You know, that's typical Nigerians. They go stay in the city. When I come, I stay in my village and I operate from there. I fly to the city when I want to do business and I come back. So because you said that you were saying despite me not being in Nigeria, I know more about Nigeria than you. I know people, when I land in airport, they say we're hungry. I eat once a day, 010. They tell me, when I enter the Abuja road, I don't see cars. They say we can't afford petrol. Don't you think I know all of that? That's why I went into farming, to deal with hunger. Even in the airport, people working, custom immigration people, they tell me they're hungry. They eat only once a day. I say, what do you eat? They tell me beans. I know. You think I don't know? I know. Then I know about security. People are afraid of traveling by 6. Everybody's locked up. In America, we live 24 hours a day. You know, we're not afraid. So our security needs to be better. Our police are not paid well. In the village, I see the policemen sleeping in one room with no toilet, no shower. They go inside the bush to do it. I see with my eyes. They wear the same clothes every day. So they are not being paid well. And then you're allowing somebody who's not paid well to be carrying AK-47. You know, it's a danger. If such a police meet you, they will rob you. So, and then corruption is not only in Nigeria, corruption is in America. The only difference is that when they catch you in America, you go to prison for 20 years.
Wow.
And if you give the judge money, you double your prison time to 60 years. If you give police money, bribe in America, you go to jail for 60 years. You pay the police well, then they're not desperate. And I don't know about the lawyers, the court in Nigeria, they weren't paid well, but I know they are corrupt. When you give them money, they write the judgment as you want it. That's what needs to change.
Okay, that's what needs to change. Now, you also talked about the need to create a situation where the regions can compete and compete based on their various strengths. That so much has been said about that. Now, let's go back a little bit in history. You also alluded to the fact that we had a constitution that provided for a federal system. Now, but we deviated from that. Now, so if the feeling was that the federal, the other constitution did not work for us, and we have a situation where this also does not work, and if we keep changing the document, is it not said that it's the lazy person who always has issues with his equipment? I mean, how many times are we going to be changing the document? And for example, Doctor, we have provisions within the Constitution and several other extant laws that are not even being properly applied, not being properly enforced, not being adequately enforced. So, is our problem really a change of constitution? I believe I asked something close to that before, but I think that is that important, that we draw the line between, are we really in need of this document, or do we need a moral suasion? Do we need to ensure that people are brought to book, just like you said just now, that when corruption is discovered in America, the people will suffer for it. And so the punishment, the punitive measures that have been in place ensure that as much as possible, most people will not engage in corrupt activities. So is that not where the emphasis should be? We do have laws that outlaw corrupt practices. We do have laws that say that this is the limit of your power, even as an executive in office. But we see all kinds of misuse of power, and yet nothing is done concerning that. Isn't that what needs to be to get the attention? All right. So these are some of the things that I think that we need to shift the emphasis to, because I find a situation where we have all kinds of laws, we have all kinds of institutions, but then what needs to be done still fails to be done. So to me, I think that much more than changing laws or changing documents or reviewing the Constitution, I think that the emphasis, the shift should be to ensuring that people are brought to book when they err. I think, because see, if we are able to even operate the current Constitution largely, I mean substantially, to a point of like 90%, I have a feeling that some of our woes will be taken care of. For example, we have the federal government, we have states, we have local government areas. Remember, last year, the federal government went to court and tried to secure autonomy for the LGs. As we speak, that autonomy has been granted. Now, yet, in spite of that autonomy, what is our reality? So, Doctor, I'm saying, is it not that we should ensure that proper, detailed, adequate enforcement is carried out? And if anybody who's saddled with such responsibility fails in their assignment, in their duties, they should be very well dealt with to ensure that there is deterrence, rather than just talking about changing this one and changing that one and changing that one. Doctor?
Yeah, like I told you, you know, the corruption you have, Yahoo groups and all that in Nigeria, it started from America. They still do that in America. You still have Yahoo people calling you, trying to take your money. The only difference is when they catch you here, you go to prison for 25 years or 50 years. That's why we're afraid. People are afraid of committing crime in America because of going to prison. Mm-hmm. If you give police bribe here, they will double your prison. If you give judge bribe, they will double your prison. That's the difference. If we enforce that, people will be afraid of committing crime. Let me tell you, in China, when they started, people try to do corruption like us. They put them in stadium, firing squad. They fire them, they shoot them live TV. And after that, everybody learned no Chinese try to take bribe or try to steal because they will shoot them. So if you do something, you go to prison. Nobody want to do that. That's what is the difference between Nigeria and America. In Nigeria, the person who committed the crime is the one that puts in prison the innocent person in prison. If somebody steals from you, and then they will the one that will hire a lawyer and they will put you in prison. They will lock you up for robbing you. They will take your money. That's what's going on in Nigeria. We can stop all of that. I told you we can be a world power. I'm not playing about that. If we have serious-minded people, all those people running are not serious. They are just there to collect for their family, their children, their wives, their tribe. They are not trying to look for what is good for black man and say, oh, we are the world. We are supposed to be the leader of all the black people in the world. They're looking at us and we have failed them very badly. So
now, Doctor, let's take this a little bit further. Now, we have seen a lot of intellectuals, we have seen a lot of technocrats and politicians who speak very eloquently, dissect the problems, provide solutions, analyze the issues, and then they get into politics and get into power, and then we see that they become a shadow of themselves. What exactly is happening? What exactly, is there some kind of bewitchment? Someone did say that when you get into Aso Villa, it becomes a total different story altogether. Now, please, can we take a look at what exactly happens? We have professors in positions of power. We have had doctors. We have had reverend fathers in positions of power. But they get sucked in by the system. So what can be done about this? Because you see, we are getting to a situation where Nigerians are no longer excited about preachments. Nigerians are no longer excited about whatever analysis that goes on, because they feel like, now so we dey hear, when he enter now another thing we go to see. Doctor, can we take up this?
I know when you enter the power, then the civil servant people, they are the engine of corruption. When you enter the corruption is not just the politician, the civil servant, you know. Nigeria is like a bus where the two drivers are thief, the conductors are thief, and the half of the passenger, which is the civil servant, are thief. So you come, they will teach you their system. They already have an institutionalized system of corruption because they all eat on it and they expect you to eat on it. If you're done, they will witch you, they will treat you, they will mistreat you, and you will fail. So you come, you join them because it's easy to do. You need, I was telling you, you need people who are disciplined, who are hard-core disciplined people who want to change things. It will take a lot. You can take up to 100 people to do it, but a lot of people are just corrupt. They're going there to carry. They're just going there to take a slice of share. People come there, they become minister of oil, then they put all their people in the oil, the board of oil, they put all their people from their tribe and their religion. Well, you're not going anywhere with that. You're not going anywhere with that. So that's why I'm telling you, it will be hard to change all that government stuff, you know, move things to private sector. In private sector, nobody can give me bribe. Nobody will come and don't come to work and be paid as ghost worker. You know, I have company. You know, that's why I say move it to there. They will not tolerate nonsense. They will not let you not come to work and you want to be paid. Or you come to work, you leave from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. It doesn't going to happen. That's how the world operates. The world operates like that. You have to work like the world operates. It's competition, serious competition based on brain. All those powers in Europe and China, they have people with PhD, lawyers and doctors running it. In Nigeria, we have people who didn't even go to secondary school or elementary school running the government. It's based on the money they stole and they pay everybody off. I told you it's about sharing bags of money. I came there. They told me to sell my house. They told me I didn't share money with them. They told me to sell my house in Nigeria and America and bring it so that I can give to them. So I said, no, I want to help you, but I'm not going to sell what I have. So it's still curable, but you need like 100 or 500 Nigerians that are very determined, like Chinese. China had nothing, but they are shaking America now. China was third world people like us. They are shaking Nigeria. India is shaking America too. India is a major manufacturer. We have the same ability. We speak English. We have very intelligent people. If we have a good system, we will compete. We can shake America and China and Germany and Japan. We have it. They come and buy the raw materials from us. Remember, Japan don't have any natural resources. They buy 100% from Nigeria, minerals, and they build Toyota and Nissan, and they come and sell to you. So we are mumu. Under your leg, they buy all the things. They come and carry all those sand from you, and they take back. They don't have anything. China does agriculture in Nigeria and Africa. Their land is not fertile. They need cassava. They need yam. On cassava, you can make 1,000 chemical products. But we are not making it. We have cassava, but we are not producing all those chemicals. So it's a matter of being inward discipline, want to change, be hungry for change, and be willing to work with all tribes and all religions. You know, the God that made the God Abraham, the Jews' religions come from God of Abraham. Muslim religion come from God of Abraham. Christian religions come from God of Abraham. African religion come from God of Abraham. Why are we fighting each other based on religion? Why is some people calling others infidels? Why are you trying to kill people and take their land and say that God told you to take your land? What kind of God? It's a devil God that tells you to take their land. It's a Satan. It's an evil spirit. Nobody have right to go to somebody's place and enter the forest without the permission of the Oba, the king, and the people of the town, and you think you can just go around killing people and stopping them going to do their farm. We have to stop that. We have to stop that. We have to have security in all parts of Nigeria, not depending on the government. I believe in a vigilante system based on local people having their own security to defend their land and defend their lives and properties. That's where we need to go to.
All right. Doctor, you talked about setting the regions to compete amongst themselves at a time when there are several requests for states creation, and which is currently even receiving attention at the National Assembly. So how do we put these two together? If we want to bring emphasis on the regions, does that mean that the state system should be collapsed, or how exactly is this supposed to play out? In the meantime, dear viewers, you can begin to call in at this point, and let's have you weigh in, and you can take up the doctor. I'm sure he'll be very willing to engage with you. But let's be respectful. Let's watch our words, and let's be organized in our thoughts. And don't forget to also cut down the volume of your TV set, of your device, and to ensure that you're not too close to it, so we can have a beautiful conversation. Thank you. Yes, so doctor, you can come up now, and let's take that up. You talked about returning a lot more power to the regions. And I'm saying this is a time that we already have 36 states and the FCT, and several requests are on the desk of the National Assembly for the creation of new states. How do these two work together? Are you saying if we need to really go back to the regional system, will that mean a collapsing of the current state system? Or how exactly is this supposed to work, since we're talking about both true federalism and we're talking about restructuring of the country? Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, phone, my sister was messing up.
Okay.
The states should stay. But they should be working with. They should work within the regions.
All right.
They should work within the states should stay, because within each state regional group you have people who feel they are being cheated and not cheated. Within the state, within the regions, so within even the states. So you need the states to accommodate everybody's interests so that they don't feel cheated. Like if you have the South people, you have different tribes, you have different regions. If you have the states, it allows you to accommodate all the different tribes so they can have a sense of belonging. But within that, you have regions where you can have regional power, then you should have state power. Power for the state, power for the region. It will work better. The region will have their own power, the state will have their own power. In Canada, that's how they operate. Canada, each region, Ontario, can make a lot of decisions. They can do trade with people in different parts of the world. They control the electricity, their power. In Canada, Ontario, just one state, they have power. Only when it comes to army and foreign policies does the prime minister come in. So we have different tribes. You need to give them sense of belonging. Let at least each tribe control one local government, or have a predominant role in their own state. That need is still there. But then the region is still better, so we can have more integrated power and being able to do something in a bigger way. And I think 6 zones will work, regions will work. But I know some people are asking for 8 regions. It will make us better, we will compete for it. I saw it as a child. in the East, they were pushing for economic power. In the West, they were pushing for education power. So the East was advancing industries. The Yorubas were getting more education and have a lot of educated than all Nigerians. So I saw it, and it was working. They were competing, who will do better than each other. This person does this. Just like America and Russia was competing. They're all trying to, all of that is pushing up forward.
All right, Doctor, we have a situation currently because talking about true federalism, should we have a national minimum wage that some states are crying they cannot afford to pay? Can we also make this at the level of each state? Should each state pay what they can afford? Should they agree with their own persons, with their own workers as to what they can pay, rather than what we currently have, where, for example, private workers don't enjoy the national minimum wage, and in several states and for several months, you find situations where they are unable to pay what has been called the national minimum wage. So why don't we have a situation where, if we truly operate a federal system, then you probably can negotiate at your own level? Is that what should operate, Doctor?
Yeah, you can't be forcing everybody to be paying the same thing. The federal government can set a system for the federal government, like that's how it's in America. But each state in America is different. Some states are poor, like Mississippi. In Alabama, those are backward states. They are poor. What they pay is low. Compared to California, California is paying 2 or 3 times more. New York is paying 3 times more than a place like Alabama, a place like Mississippi. All those ones are backward states. They don't have much money. You can't be somebody forced to pay what they cannot afford. They have to live within their means. If you're not happy, then you should move out to go to where? Like if you're having a poor state in Nigeria and they're not happy with that, they should go to Lagos where they have money, or go to Abuja where they have money. That's how it happens in America. You go to where they can pay you what you want, or you go overseas. But it shouldn't be minimum wage set for the whole country. It doesn't make sense because everybody's not producing at the same way.
Thank you very much. We'll go on a break, and when we come back, we'll be on the home run, the home stretch at that point. So let's take this break, and when we get back, I also expect that you will make your call in so we can have your way in. Thank you.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTAN TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
And around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world.
Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still onto the polity, and this time we're on the home run right now, the last stretch of it. And I've been talking with none other than an American-based Nigerian, a medical practitioner, a businessman, a farmer. I mean, he's into several things, and some of them just to extend a hand of help and love to millions and thousands of people around the world, and particularly in Nigeria. He is an ex-PDP presidential aspirant. His name is Dr. Nwachukwu Anakenze. You're welcome back, Doctor. This is the last part of the show, and we're inviting Nigerians to call in. I do hope that the network will be cooperative, and so you can expect that one or two persons will be directing their inquiries to you. All right, so very good take there, because we have a situation that's confusing. You say something is national minimum wage. It does not apply in the private sector. It does not, it's a challenge for several states and all of that. Now, let's still talking about restructuring, still talking about true federalism. Several persons have said that we need state police. What's your take on this, especially against the background of the fact that we have state independent electoral commissions, and we see the sham that has been their performance over the years, where you just know that whoever is governor in the state, the results largely, substantially, will favor such a governor, such a governor's party. And this has been the story for so long. Now, based on that, with that background, do you truly, really think that the state police is the answer to our security challenges?
State police is part of the answer. It's not the only answer. In America, we have the FBI, like the federal police. Then each state have their own police, and each town, each city have their own police. You have Los Angeles Police Department. You have California Police. Then you have the National FBI Police, like the EFCC in your situation. So there's nothing wrong with state police. It brings, each politics is local. Politics is is different from politics is in Abuja or Jos. So you need local police that understand the local situation. There's nothing wrong with that. But security is not just about policing. You have to. Well, I told you we need vigilante from all the towns. All the towns need to have their own security system. If they are waiting, and then the headsman come and murdering 300 people, and then you're waiting for the police to come from Abuja, you're not going anywhere. You need police that's local to respond quickly. Not if you're waiting for federal police from Abuja, 8 hours, nobody have come. And then you need, at the state level, you need the state level to pass laws that allows vigilantes in each town, at the local government level and at the town level, that can respond quickly to any threat coming to the town. And state police will make the response quicker because they're right there, like 10 miles away, instead of Abuja where you're waiting for 1,000 miles away.
Okay, now let's take a look at this. Governors, as we currently see them, enjoy tremendous power and influence. And we have seen this deployed to cow people, to intimidate opponents, political opponents, and to do all sorts of things. And you know, we operate in an environment where rule of law is just on paper, mostly on paper. Now, if you have governors who already have so much power, some of them drunk with the power, how do you now also give them power to use the police legally now to do that which they had always done? Are we not going to find ourselves in a situation where you are empowering abuse of power, where you are empowering, bringing into the statutes the force of law to ensure that intimidation continues, abuse of power continues, misuse of office continues, and all that?
It depends on who you elect. You need to focus on putting in the best people who want to serve the people. But here in America, there is a check and balance. The state police is in charge, but if they are not doing the job, the federal police come and intervene. The FBI comes, and when they come, they supersede the local state police. So it's this check and balance. And then the court system in America, we rule. They can rule against the governor. They can stop the state police from misbehaving. But like, if the state police is handling it, the FBI will be around, the federal police. But if they are not handling it well, the federal police will intervene and they will overrule the local police. And the court system are very active in ruling against the governor, and they stop the governor. So the governor have the power to go ahead and start, but they have to do it correctly. If not, there are people that will stop them, federal and the court system. So, but focus on getting good people. If you have good governors, they will do good for the people.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Doctor. Dear viewers, I'm surprised that you're not taking advantage of this offer to make your call in. The number, as usual, is 0802993835, and you have the opportunity. The airwaves is yours. Just get in, and let's have you weigh in on what's happening. All right, so we have one person right now. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Dio.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Doctor. We are listening to his program in conversation. Honestly, it's really helping.
Right.
Yeah, the good contribution as a patriotic Nigerian. Well done. I raised my cap for you, Doctor. Well done.
All right, but you've not told us. You've not told us your name.
We must be focused. We must help ourselves as a people. Then somebody else will help us. You cannot expect help from outside. My name is Mohammed from Maiduguri.
All right then. Okay. Go on.
The problem we are having in Nigeria is always internal. We must be ourselves. We are very good, formidable people. I don't know what really goes. Whether it is Shaitan visitors, I don't know. Why must we be fighting ourselves based on tribal religion? All these things are rubbish. We are Nigerians. We must first of all be the Nigerians. Then we can move forward. Look at other countries in the world developing because they are together. They focus on their development, not backwardness. In Nigeria today, people will be packing dollars to abroad. I don't know whether there's anybody from outside bringing their stolen dollars to come and keep in our bank here. I don't know if there's any. So why must we always carry our resources out? We cannot look at what is happening. Even the poverty we are crying in Nigeria today is caused by the politicians. They don't have sympathy. One person will carry the salary of all the workers and go away, and no any judiciary will attack him. He has a lawyer Okay, common example is this Abakari, who was arresting Evans, arresting all these big criminals. Where is he now? They set him up, and now they block him somewhere. He cannot exist. Those are the things we have to check. Many of our problems are within us. It is not from outside. If we are good at home, charity begins at home. Then we move forward. My concern is not where you come from. Igbo, all these are not. It's not a this thing. We are all Nigerians first. And my appeal to all of Nigerians and Nigerians in diaspora is because we look at what is happening in Sudan. Look at this rubbish. Paramilitary and military are fighting, destroying their own country. We shouldn't allow all this kind of rubbish to come into our Nigeria. We should be wise enough to first of all know we are Nigerians before you become a Christian or Muslim or Yoruba or Hausa or whatever. We are Nigerians and we must maintain this. Then we become strong. Then we can look at what is happening outside. So many countries are jealous, We are feeding ourselves. Now they have made us to become important.
All right. Mohammed, thank you so very much for coming through. Thank you. Yeah, so Mohammed has broken the ice, so we hope that we can have many more. And if you have a specific issue want to get clarification from my guests, it will be a good opportunity to use. Now, so Doctor, you were saying that the emphasis, the focus should be on electing good persons who will not misuse such opportunities. Fantastic, I agree. But well, what we have seen in over the years is that most of the people, and you have also alluded to that, most of the people who come into office are people who have only their own interests at heart. Now, still talking about restructuring, because we need to really have specific areas. We've talked about state police, we've talked about a national minimum wage. Now, the area of electricity, I know that there's some improvement in, I think that is one area that will really need to be very intentional. What do you think, Doctor?
We have everything it takes to have 24 hours electricity now. Okay. Like in America, some people use coal. We have coal in Enugu, and we have coal in Kogi State. Some people use gas where you have gas. In rivers and along the southern states, gas is everywhere. You use gas to power turbine. You have rivers everywhere in Nigeria. You turn rivers, you dam it, and you produce the electricity. There is no reason why we should be suffering for no electricity for 1 minute. When I travel all over the world, like in Caribbean, the small countries, tiny countries that are not as big as Ibadan, they have electricity, countries, 24 hours a day. Jamaica, 24 hours power. They are very small countries with very few resources. We have whatever it takes to do it. The gas that's been flared, that's what you put on the turbine, and you have electricity for until the world comes to an end. We don't need bad leaders, bad leadership. China uses coal. South Africa uses coal. We have it, and it's not doing anything in Enugu. We have rivers that's flowing, River Niger. We are not using it well. And we have gas, we have coal. There's no reason why we should be suffering from lack of power. Power should be regionalized. People from each area should have their own power system, and it will work better. And that's why you need to start producing. I'm all about production, producing things and exporting. If you are not producing and exporting, your naira will be nothing. You have nothing now, that's why you have nothing. You just import, and you importing matches and toothpick. I mean, that is like a shame and very bad. And Japan comes and lift raw material from your feet, and they make cars and they send it back to you like you don't have any brains. So that is what I want to stop. I want to go back. The last person that commented was talking about don't believe in religions and tribe. I agree with that. I told you the God of Abraham is the God of Jews, Christian, Muslims, and African religion. Why are they fighting each other about religion? It's about God. It's the same God of Abraham that all of us are worshiping.
All right. Doctor, we have just a few minutes to go, and I guess we should get your parting shots, your parting words in just about 1 minute, 2 minutes.
I like us to see our diversity as strength, put away our differences, bring out our excellence. The whole black world is depending on us, and they are so disappointed when they look at us. And when Americans come with me to Nigeria, they see everything we have. They're so disappointed that we didn't turn this into being a power, major power. We are the first people that got created, black people. Then the white people came out from us and Asians. Why are we carrying last now? We need to go back to what we want us to be a world power, and we can do it. It's not too late. We do it through our children. Start by giving free education to our children and skill acquisition centers throughout Nigeria, so that our children can be able to take care of themselves, marry a wife, and have children. That's what it's all about.
Now, Doctor, just before you go, do we still look forward to having you come to try to get into power sometime?
I have my options open. It's not closed. But if it's coming to carry back, Ghana must go back and share, then I'm not going to do that. That's what they're doing. If they're serious about ideas, I have more ideas than everybody. I'm more educated than almost everybody. And Nigeria can be a superpower. That's what I can help do. But if you're talking about me selling my house and selling my company so I can come and share money in Abuja, I wouldn't do it.
All right, thank you very much. That has been Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze, a medical practitioner based, a Nigerian, based in the United States, but who's so very passionate about home. So much so that he has businesses in Nigeria, farms in Nigeria, producing rice, like he said, and several other products, and giving out scholarships to several persons across the land, and also who really wanted to see how he can personally turn things around, and in the 2023 got involved in party politics and tried to get a ticket of the People's Democratic Party, even though that didn't quite sail through. But that's him, and we do wish him the very best and do hope that his dreams, just like our dreams, come true for Nigeria. Thank you very much, Doctor, for coming. We do hope that we can have you some other time again.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm willing to help,
Right.
Anytime I was helped by other people, I'm willing to help Nigerian people.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And so it's bye for now, even as I say thank you to my production team, and I say a great thank you to all of you who have taken time to watch this show. I looked forward to having you with me on Matters Arising at 8 in the evening. My name is Dayo Omogun, and I'm out.